Thank you again for joining the baddest YouTube channel in the world. This is Rod OG, live from the OG community. How we doing today, fam? Well, you already know, I got another one for us today. This one here is pretty strange, though. Why are people coming out of the sewers? Like, why would you want to be in the sewers? Well, before we get into this video, let's make sure everybody stopping through is hitting that subscribe button, that bell notification so these videos can come straight to you. And for my day one OG community members, I'd like to give a special shout out to y'all. Thank you guys. But let's make sure we're hyping these videos up when we can and hitting that like button. That allows us to push our videos through the algorithm so that way we can be the #1 community on YouTube. Well, without further ado, let's get into these videos.
Chud. Cannibalistic, humanoid, underground dwellers. Chud. They're not staying down there anymore.
First off, who would want to live in a sewer? Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Don't get on me, guys. I understand some people fall on hard times, but living in the sewer, come on now. Come on now. We got to do better than that. Where the sewage is at, where the rats are at, in New York, in the sewers. Come on, think about it. If the subways are filthy, where the trains are at, what do you think the sewers look like? New York, New York, New York. Y'all got to do something about this. Yo, they really got a whole community coming out of the sewers. It's just crazy work right here. Like, people didn't know that these people have been living under the sewer, staying under the sewer all this time. There's no way this is the first time this is being captured. This is not the first time that this is being spoken about. They just haven't done anything about it. Just peek his eyes out from around that corner. Why would you be in a canal anyways? Who wants to be in a damn sewer searching for anything?
Something is in the sewer. Me and a few other guys were sent down to do some work in the sewer. This was our job. There was nothing out of the ordinary with this task. Just another day on the job. If you didn't know, parts of the sewer are like tunnels. That's the portion of the sewer we were sent to. As we traveled further away from the entrance, we knew something was wrong immediately. There shouldn't be blood in the sewers, and there was. A lot of it. All over the walls. We just looked at each other in silence for a minute before one of our guys headed back to the entrance to call the police. Being the brave and sometimes stupid people we were, the remainder of us pushed onwards in case someone was in need of help. The amount of blood we encountered was a telltale indication that whoever or whatever was injured was bleeding out. Raccoons don't bleed that much, and it wouldn't be smeared all over the walls. Clearly it wasn't normal. We continued on for what must have been 10 minutes before we found something. There was a body laying face down. From afar I could tell that it was the body of a woman. Her long blonde hair was matted and red from the pool of blood she laid in. At that moment I thanked God that our buddy was contacting law enforcement. That's the kind of sight that doesn't leave a person's mind. It burns itself into your memory and it haunts you. I shined my flashlight down the tunnel just to make sure there wasn't anyone hanging around that may have been responsible for the death of the woman in front of us. There was a shadow peering around the corner at the end of the tunnel. It came to a T shape and you could either go left or right. Whatever it was on the left side of the T. I saw its mouth open and a long tongue seemed to taste the air before it darted away. I don't know what it was, and I'm afraid to ask too many questions or go any further to find out. When the police arrived, our buddy brought them down the tunnel to the body. We gave them our statements and then left the sewer to let them do their investigation. When the official story came out with the details from the police, we found out that they found 3 more bodies further in the sewer, and a police officer is unaccounted for. They went into the sewer for the investigation and disappeared. The one thing that was never mentioned was the cause of death for any of the victims. They refused to release the information to the public. They haven't sent a search party to look for the missing officer either.
Can we actually just sneak in? How is it staying? Oh, alright guys, here we go. I've been wanting to go down this. I don't know how far it goes. I don't know what we're gonna get into. I'm sure there's people in here and we're about to find out. Oh, this one's tall too. My bad. Hey, can we get through?
Negative.
What is through there? This tunnel was way longer than that. Alright, we'll turn around. Alright, we will be back. This guy thinks he owns the place. That is not the case, y'all. You know, you keep hearing in the news about LA and people living in the sewers. That's happening everywhere. That's not just LA. Meth head in the tunnel, not worth losing my life over. That's for damn sure. Hearing in the news about LA and people living in the sewers. That's happening everywhere. That's not just LA. Meth head in the tunnel, not worth losing my life over. That's for damn sure.
What if the mole people of New York were never just an urban legend? In May 2026, security cameras caught something strange in Brooklyn, and Queens groups of people opening manholes at night, climbing down into the sewer system, then coming back up hours later with headlamps, tools, and waiters. No movie set, no prank confirmed, real footage, real investigation. New York officials said the city's sewer system stretches for roughly 7,400 miles, and entering it is illegal and dangerous because of toxic gases, flooding, and confined spaces. But here's where it gets eerie. People living beneath New York is not new. In the 1990s, homeless communities were documented inside places like the Freedom Tunnel under Manhattan. Some were called mole people. Others were urban explorers, scavengers, or people searching tunnels for valuables. So were the 2026 manhole groups a secret underground community? Not officially. Authorities said there was no known public safety threat and no reported sewer damage. But they still had one unanswered question. Why were organized groups disappearing into NYC sewers at night?
So I was scrolling on here and I found this clip. You guys gotta check it out.
1934 LA Times article that specifically says Lizard People's Catacomb City hunted. Engineer sinks shaft under Fort Moore Hill to find maze of tunnels and priceless treasures of legendary inhabitants. G. Warren Schufelt, geophysical mining engineer, used cutting-edge technology at the time in the form of...
See, I told you guys. These lizards, these creatures are living underground on us. That's why we don't see them walking around day to day. That's why we don't witness them. Everybody isn't witnessing them because they're hiding from us. underground. If you didn't want to be seen and you wanted to snatch somebody and take them somewhere and get rid of them or kill them or eat them, what better place than to go underground in these underground cities, in these sewer systems with all these different pipings where you could kill somebody, nobody would be able to hear them, and you could do it comfortably without being disturbed. And you could probably hide those bodies for years before they even found, if they're found. That's why we have to be careful out here. Pay attention to everything. Pay attention to your surroundings. You never know when the sewer people are coming up in your neighborhood. Now let's get back into this video.
Of radio x-rays to detect minerals and tunnels below the surface, it turned up catacombs and vaults that made up a vast city. Schufelt met with a Hopi Indian, Little Chief Greenleaf, told him the ancient story of how an advanced race called the Lizard People had built a massive underground city using powerful chemicals instead of shovel. The Lizard People were highly advanced and incredibly smart, according to the Hopi chief. Their city was built with an advanced type of cement, stronger than anything modern people could make.
And Los Angeles isn't the only city we find these catacombs in. In almost all the major cities in the United States, there's some type of underground tunnel systems like these in New York. Even the city I'm from in Portland, Oregon has the Shanghai tunnels. Some of the most world-renowned known catacombs are the catacombs in Rome, which are actually filled with tons and tons of human remains. If you guys haven't already seen images of the Rome catacombs, look them up, it's crazy. But some of these underground tunnel systems are so vast that you could actually get lost in them for days at a time. All the legends are different but have a lot of similarities on how these tunnels were formed. Like in the clip I showed, they talked about the Lizard People in Los Angeles. Well, the Hindus have a legend of Shambhala. Their deities have a city also underground in tunnels. And this story of the tunnels in Los Angeles also sounds very similar to the stories of Mount Shasta. Located in California only a couple hundred miles away, in Mount Shasta they claim that there's also some type of underground city that was made by some type of advanced humanoid race. And my best guess is that these catacombs or underground ruins are reminiscents of things that were destroyed by the flood. I don't think these tunnel systems were formed in modern time by the condition they're in. They look very old and aged. So my guess is a lot of this stuff was buried and then rediscovered hundreds of years later. But let me know what you guys think of all these catacombs in the comments. Did you guys know there was tunnel systems all over the United States? Also let me know in the comments of how you guys think these tunnel systems were formed. Do you think the legends could be true about something non-human creating these things? Or do you think they're just a bunch of boring old tunnels? And if you guys enjoy the videos I make on here, I'm going to give you guys the 3 best ways to support what I do. 1 is check out my merchandise. I have 3 brand new t-shirt designs. 2 is pre-save my new upcoming song, Cheap Liquor. It's going to be available on all streaming platforms October 1st. 3 is share this video or your favorite one with everyone you know. Every person I reach helps me out a lot. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there.
Could be breeding underground.
When you look at the footage, it appears that they are entering the pipe through what appears to be a crack.
If they got through the crack and into the pipeline, well, there's no soil anymore, so there's no place to go except to hang on to other worms that have escaped, and eventually they would accumulate into that ball.
Raleigh authorities may believe the danger has passed, but all it takes is a crack in a pipeline, and more may be coming.
It's unnerving to think that something like those slime balls are down there breeding and multiplying undisturbed just a few feet below our city streets.
For those who've come face to face with the hideous blob, it's something they'll never forget.
I have never seen that many worms gather in one spot like that. And I hope in the next 5 years, me doing this, I don't come across nothing as disgusting as what's in that video.
I've lost all ambition for worldly acclaim. I just wanna be the one you love, 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 love. And with your admission that you feel the same, I just wanna be the one you love, 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 love. I don't
drop. Hello?
There is a lurid urban legend in the United States where it is said that in the darkness of the sewers hide monstrous rat people who are intent on controlling all of mankind with their evil ways. A female reporter and her cameraman, in order to confirm the truth of this story, burrow into the dark sewers. As they go deeper and deeper, they actually come across a homeless man covered in black. The homeless man appeared to be mentally disturbed. The female reporter asked him if he had ever seen the legendary rat man. The homeless man did not answer but only revealed a bizarre smile, and disgusting black liquid flowed out of his mouth. The female reporter was frightened by this bizarre behavior, left her business card and rushed to leave. Who knows, the photographer, because of fear, left the female reporter and ran away. Just ran not a few steps behind the female reporter screams. No matter how the photographer called, did not respond. When the photographer woke up, he found himself and the female reporter were tied up by a group of people. They claimed to be the servants of the rat man. They stated that by letting the black liquid flow into your body, your souls would be purified. They were then horrified to see a rat-headed ginseng monster crawling out of the sewer. They took the black liquid out of the monster's mouth and reached the photographer's head and felt the photographer screaming in agony. His flesh and bones were separated and his whole body was instantly hysterical. It was the turn of the female reporter, who strangely enough was intact. She was even rescued by the firemen shortly afterward. The surviving female reporter kept her mouth shut about what happened to her in the sewer. Everything seemed to be fine. The female reporter went back to the TV station to host a program. Suddenly, the female reporter sprayed a black liquid at the male host next to her. The male host was instantly corroded by the black liquid, while the female reporter arranged her hair as if nothing had happened and continued to host the program.
Have you ever seen this freaky video? It was captured by the Athens, Georgia Public Utilities Department. They were filming a promo video to explain the devastating effects of foreign objects in the sewer system. However, as the camera moves through the drain, it seems to capture something rather chilling. Watch.
Whoa!
It looks like a hand reaches up towards the camera's lens.
Whoa, is that an arm? Whoa. What is that?
To this day, the Public Utilities Department has no way of explaining this eerie encounter.
Crazy.
These are 3 of the 5 men accused of lifting a manhole cover and climbing down into the sewer on 17th Avenue and 82nd Street Monday night. 26-year-old Sean Thompson, 25-year-old Zion McKenzie, and 39-year-old Willie Green. All of them charged with burglary, possession of burglary tools, criminal mischief, and criminal facilitation.
The story that the news is running with is that 71 girls.
So, all the people that have been recorded and seen coming out of these manholes, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. None of them been arrested. None of them was arrested. Okay. Enough said.
Ages 12 through 14 were rescued from this tunnel. These were girls from an Orthodox girls' school were rescued under the tunnels in Nyack, New York. The video that I'm putting right here is them coming out. They're coming out from the sewers. Their clothes are spotless. They're wearing sandals that they don't look dirty. The sewers of under Nyack, New York was for hours. Now the official story that they're saying is that they were on a field trip and they were at a park and these girls saw the opening to the sewer and decided to walk inside it. 71 of them. How did 71 of them get away from their trusted adult? Like 71 kids just get up and walk into a sewer and then mysteriously need to be rescued and they're spotless. No sewer muck. Like, the fuck?
No. 71 kids go missing in the sewer. Females, girls. Who in the world, first of all, is unbelievable. Find me 71 women that want to go exploring in the sewers. Matter of fact, how many women in the OG community, put a comment down below, how many women in the OG community want to go in the sewer and searching for anything? Listen, I got 13,000 subscribers. I guarantee you it's not 71 women in these 13,000 subscribers that want to go into the sewer and go walking through the sewer for no reason. It don't make sense. It don't make sense. Somebody got to start telling the truth. These things got to be really investigated. You know what we need? We need those PIs. We used to have a lot of private investigators, and somehow that has really died down and died away, the private investigator game. But we need more of these private investigators to start researching and finding out and disclosing some of this stuff for us, because that is unbelievable. And their shoes were dirty. What is going on in the sewer? See, that's what I'm talking about. Underground. They doing everything underground, so we cannot be visually seen when they're doing these things. Who knows what happened to these 71 girls that were down there? They could have been probed, anything. They could have came back with a loss of memory. Now they come back hours later and they're found. Come on now. How many little girls do you know want to go play in the sewers? Make this stuff make sense. They just come up with any story and we believe it.
We'll never hear about it again, but this does not add up to me. And I felt compelled to say something. This sounds absolutely ridiculous.
Talked about it, but you never showed me. What are these things? Dang! Wow! Laser pointer? Was it this dark during the day? No. Oh, you can see the end in the day. Sketchy. Flashlight sucks. Dude, we could seriously drown this. Guys, we're entering a neighborhood with people's backyards. Whoever that is, please find it. You can't say much longer. Oh, guys. Look. Dude, a spider took over this bird's nest. Guys, look. What the frick? 666. Dude, these are pictures of people. Look. Did you see that? Guys, there isn't light in either park. Guys, I think we're lost. Oh, I see it. Do you think we're lost? No. Okay. Wait. Did you hear that? No. What did you hear?
This video is for entertainment purposes only. So let's talk about the people coming up out of the the sewers underneath New York City. Let me explain something to you, okay? Mole people are real. In fact, in the third book of the Nephilim trilogy, I wrote about the mole people. There are entire, like, little mini towns underneath in the subways, in the sewers, and they dig out and they connect to the electricity and all this other stuff. I mean, and some of these people have lived underground for a couple of decades. I'm not making this stuff up. Mole people are real. And there are people that go in and out of the sewers. They'll scrounge for food and then go back down and stay in there for, maybe days on end. It's a very strange thing. And again, I wrote about this, the mole people, in the very third book of the Nephilim trilogy. So I am very familiar with them. Did a lot of research on them. It is a real phenomenon, and they are here. I am L.A. Marzulli.
In the 1900s, whispers spread of a secretive community of trolls who operated a charming underground eatery. Hidden beneath the bustling streets, this cozy haven served the finest meals to those fortunate enough to discover it. Far from mere legend, historical accounts and rare photos from that era reveal the trolls' loving dedication to their culinary craft. This delightful secret continues to fascinate, leaving us to wonder what other hidden gems history holds.
Y'all are gonna think I'm crazy, and that's okay, but the ones who are awake, they understand. Do you ever just look out and look at the ground and really, really wonder what is right underneath you? And I don't mean like dirt and lava and earth. I mean like who or what? I look out into this field right here sometimes behind my house, and it just gives me the eeriest vibe. And if you guys had already seen my video from months back when we saw those flying orbs in the sky, and I told you there was like a humming from the tree line, I literally cannot stop thinking about the energy in this field. I cannot stop thinking about there could be whole living systems, if you catch my drift, underneath your houses. And another thing I want to ask you, do you guys remember, this is like a Mandela effect for me because I cannot find this video anywhere on the internet. Do you guys not remember a couple years back, there was like an Amish man who got caught running from out of a city sewer, and he was like running, he was like holding onto his hat, and he was just like running down the street? That video is completely scrubbed from the internet. You cannot find that video anywhere.
Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Ahmadai Shakur. A secret tunnel has been found in a Brooklyn synagogue in the Crown Heights neighborhood. Now, police were called because when construction crews showed up to fill in the tunnel, they were met with resistance and a whole riot broke out. Let's get into it. A rebellious group attempted to stop the police and the construction crews from filling in the tunnel. And in their efforts to do so, they put their bodies in the way. Like, they literally threw themselves in the tunnel so that they couldn't close it down. This is all so crazy. And then they were moving furniture. They were pushing back against the police. I mean, they literally started a whole riot. Please pay attention. Some of the men used hammers to break through the synagogue's brick walls. And also, some of them were able to get inside of the makeshift tunnel. There was a video of a man brazenly drinking out of a can as the police tried to fend off the rest of them from trying to get inside. They were jeering at the police, making fun, and just being really chaotic. It was a whole mess. Now, they felt as though it took them years to dig this tunnel, so there was no way they were just going to easily allow them to come in and seal it. Now, the tunnel was discovered.
Now, my question is, why is members of the synagogue digging a tunnel? Anybody have any answers for me? Why would you be digging a tunnel? It's some wild things going on out here. Why would you be? That's the question. Why would they? Anybody got an answer for me? Why would they be digging a tunnel? Nobody just wakes up one day and say, you know what? I'm going to dig this tunnel. I just want to dig a tunnel. To just sit in the tunnel. No. There's some creepy stuff going on. Something is going on underground in New York. I would love to go to New York, where I'm actually from, with me and my brother and some others, whoever's willing, and explore these tunnels. Live stream right out of these tunnels so we can find out what is actually going on here. It's enough sitting behind the camera, sitting in our homes, doing nothing. It's time for us to get out there and really start to investigate. It's called putting your boots on the ground. We need to put our boots on the ground and really bring this true information to you guys. I promise you, it's coming soon. Let's get back into this video.
Discovered last year when people started complaining about hearing noises underneath their homes. Okay, and once this came to light, leadership then called for structural engineers to come and assess the damage and to fill the tunnel. That's why the cement mixer showed up on Monday. At least 10 people were arrested. I don't know exactly what this tunnel was being used for, but I would imagine it's something nefarious because at the end of the day, it's a secret tunnel. Why was it a secret? And, you know, for the ones saying that it was for them to gain access to a closed women's bath, well, I don't believe that. At the end of the day, they were carrying on so much so that they completely destroyed a lot of things in there. They were willing to go to jail. They were very upset. I don't think that this was just for them to access a women's bath. I think it was something much more nefarious going on. We've all heard about these secret tunnels and what goes on there. And not to mention, the people that live in the area were saying they heard noises coming from beneath their homes. So what were these noises? Could they have perhaps been people being shuffled or smuggled through those tunnels? I just have questions. Please make it all make sense.
I like screamer or something in this tunnel. I'm gonna go check it out.
First of all, who's just going to say, oh, I heard some voices down this tunnel. I want to go down here and find out. That ain't a real thing. That takes a special kind of person to really say, I heard noises down this tunnel, and I'm going to go down here and find out what it was. Because I tell you, if I hear noises down the tunnel, and I'm by myself, and this isn't an expedition, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. There's too many instances of voices calling out to people and those people disappearing and never being seen again. It won't happen to me.
What the hell? Hello? What was that?
I don't think you're throwing out enough light here.
Anything?
What the fuck?
This one's like a fucking cylinder.
Whoa.
Even more light down there.
Did you hear that? I for real just heard something. This movie is about to become real.
Listen to this. I don't know. I'm scared now. No, give me. Dude. I'm not gonna be sitting on that.
Dude, those are rats. Yeah, looks like rats.
That is a lot of rat.
You want to get another one to get some light in here? I want to open too. Dude, you gotta gnaw it on it.
I'm fucking gnawing it.
Dude, give me the bag. I have candy key. I never had
You know what? Here, I did bring your one for something.
Let's see it. Yeah. Did you just do it in one try?
One bite.
He's part werewolf. Yeah, fuck.
Yeah, fuck. Now turn off the...
Okay, turn off the lights.
You see anything?
Yeah. Toss it down. Dude, it's not bright enough. Crack the other one. That was a lot brighter. But let me try to do the other one too. I don't think you're throwing out enough light here.
Anything?
What the fuck?
Dude, what the fuck? I can't see. Anything?
What?
Come on. That's it. Come on.
Skinwalker sighting in sewer.
Oh fuck. Who the fuck is that?
What is that?
Oh shit! What the fuck? What the fuck? Run! 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 Fucking run! Oh my god! Look you! Look at that!
They sent a toy car with a camera into the sewers. They weren't ready for what it recorded. It was just a remote control car with a small camera attached. They sent it down into the tunnel just to see what was there. Then the car stopped moving. Something was seen in the path. It was crouched low, completely still, staring directly into the camera.
Do y'all pay close attention? You see the two eyes pop up down at the corner of the wall? What is that? Now, toy car, I'll send a toy car down there. Because you see something like this, you ain't got to run nowhere. You ain't even in there. Whatever happens to the toy car is whatever happens. I'm driving it right on up. We're going to find out what it is. Now, let's go.
And then the feed cut out. Comment down below if you know what this is.
In the Bronx uncovered a cockroach the size of a household pet. Our Lena Torres is underground with the discovery. Lena?
About 20 feet beneath East 149th Street, standing alongside the insect right now.
Night City sanitation crews in the Bronx uncovered a cockroach.
The true story where human-like people rose from the ground. In 1953, in the small town of Kettleman City, California, residents began experiencing a mysterious and unsettling phenomenon known as the mole people. People reported seeing strange humanoid figures emerging from the ground in the dead of night. These figures, described as pale, hairless, and eyeless, would crawl out of manholes or burrow their way up from the earth's depths. Witnesses claimed they moved with eerie, inhuman agility. To this day, the legend of the Kettleman City mole people persists, with some believing they are supernatural beings or cryptids lurking beneath the town's surface.
Okay, period. We about to get a real good detailed video this time. We about to see what's really going on. Let me take this down. Here we go. We got people watching. What's going on here? Got a schoolboy.
Do y'all see this? They have, looks like copper or brass figures of lizard people pulling people into the sewers. Pulling them literally into the sewers. I know everybody got to see these statues. Why would they create something like that if it wasn't something that actually was true? Where did they get the idea from?
New York City sewer. And they got people watching. Look, little men. I didn't see that before. Wait, it's deeper than we thought. Like, yeah, they're telling us. Okay, I got a good video for y'all that analyze it and tell me what y'all think.
South Carolina, June 1988, 2 a.m. 17-year-old Christopher Davis had pulled over on a deserted road near Scape Ore Swamp to fix a flat tire. Just as he finished, he heard a noise behind him. He saw a strange 7-foot-tall creature with red glowing eyes running towards him. Davis started to drive away, but the creature caught up with him and jumped on the roof of the car. Swerving hard to throw the creature off, he saw it had 3 fingers and green skin. Finally, it fell from the car, and Davis sped away.
And he ended up getting out of where he was, and he went immediately home. He was so upset that his parents called the police department. Sheriff Liston Truesdale actually went out there and interviewed him. He asked him to take a lie detector test, and this young boy passed the lie detector test with flying colors.
What Christopher Davis told the detective he saw was a lizard man.
And what's interesting is that the police took the story very, very seriously. Although Christopher Davis's sighting of the lizard man was certainly the most famous and infamous one, it's not the only one.
Cannibalistic, humanoid, underground dwellers. Listen, when I was growing up, Chud was one of my favorite movies because I love creature features. I've always have. And this is about all these killings that are happening in New York. And then they discover deep beneath the manholes that there's these underground beings that are dwelling under there called the Chud. This is such a campy, over-the-top horror movie from 1984 that I absolutely love. You can't say things like Basket Case or Ghoulies or any of the classics from the 80s without mentioning Chud. This movie is silly, it's absurd, some of it doesn't make any sense, but listen, the creature designs are amazing, the plot is almost non-existent, but Chud is exactly what it is. It's an 80s creature feature that fucking rock and rolls, and you'll have a blast with this if you just love horror or practical effects or creature features. If you've never seen Chud, it's an absolute must.
What is living in the Manhattan sewer? A friend and I were walking along the bay in Manhattan in the middle of the night, and we walked past a manhole cover, and there were sounds coming out of the cover. Sounds like I never heard. I was so confused because I couldn't tell if it was a huge machine or some kind of animal. Weird, right? I looked at my friend and I'm like, yo, have you ever heard a sound like that ever in your life? And he said, no, I have not. So we walked up to the manhole cover. The more I listened to it, the more unsure I was of what it was. So the first thing I thought, the more I listened and couldn't tell what it was that, maybe is that a werewolf? Is that what a werewolf would sound like? My friend went to listen in a little closer and he went to lean his ear in, and whatever was in that sewer hit the manhole cover and was strong enough to knock it out of the hole and back into its place, like to jump up and back down. That's how hard it hit it. And y'all know how heavy and lodged in the manhole covers be. something that hit it out the joints so hard that me and my friend jumped and walked off. Like, hold up. All right, well. And for a while, I just assumed that maybe that's what a werewolf would sound like or something like that. Until I came across pictures of this statue, which is in Manhattan. What y'all think? Do you think that this is a coincidence, my experience in this statue? What is this statue about? There's a money sign on the face of this voodoo doll looking version of a person as an...
So, now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, right? The money sign, the money bag on his head. Money on your head. Which kind of leads me to believe that, guess what? This is part of those creatures that made these deals with our government. Think about it. These aliens that made deals with our government to test and feed on us, they made some kind of deal. Is that what they're showing? The lizard pulling you down underground because there's money on your head. Think about it. It makes a lot of sense. They traded humans for technology. There's money on its head. They're literally telling you if you get snatched underneath into the sewers, it's because there was money on your head. You have already been sold. We've already profited off of you with the technology that we have. It's crazy. We got to start putting these clues together. Let's get back into this video.
An alligator in clothes comes out of a sewer, and what do y'all make of this? Anybody living in Manhattan that has had any experiences with anything like this? Let me know. Let's talk about it.
So you're telling me they find 71 little girls in a sewer under a synagogue and they was just exploring? Nyack police had to come and rescue 71 little girls who were on a trip and took it upon themselves to go explore the sewers. Something don't sound right about this. Let's go back to Brooklyn a couple of years ago when they found them underground in a synagogue. What's going on under there though? Crazy thing is, they were all little girls, 71 little girls. So you mean to tell me 71, number 71 little girls got away from whoever they were with and said, let's go in this tunnel and explore and see what we find. And they bump into a synagogue. Listen to what the mayor said. Listen to the mayor.
Some young girls, some kids, they in the park, they were in the park, they got into the culvert of the creek and they started exploring, and then they ended up not really knowing where they were and they got a little alarmed.
What did you say?
As far as I know from the police, I just got here a few minutes ago. As far as I know from the police, everybody's been accounted for, nobody's missing, they're about to get them all on their buses, take them back home. Mayor Joe Rand, Nyack, thank you very much.
I want to know how random that is. 71 girls. Yeah, okay. Pay attention.
This is really strange. The NYPD and the Department of Environmental Protection investigating multiple video surveillance videos that are exposing coordinated groups of people illicitly removing manhole covers and then going down into the New York City sewer system and staying there.
Things that make you go, ooh.
Yeah.
Co-host of Wake Up America Weekend, Kyle Louder, joins us now live with the details.
Yeah, that's a good one, Mark. Mark Edie, good morning. Yes, wild story here. Multiple incidents in recent days have drawn nationwide attention after surveillance footage and eyewitness reports showed groups of people prying open manhole covers and then descending down into the New York City sewer system. Now, these incidents occurred in Queens, Brooklyn, and Manhattan. So as you can see right here, this happened in Astoria, Queens, after this video coming up, after pulling up the cover, well, you see, okay, so 3 men descending upon the manhole cover. They're wearing overalls. They go down into the sewer. I mean, this is a brazen thing. Now, this car is involved, eyewitnesses say, and then they just casually put the manhole cover back on their way down. And then, as you're going to see right here, the white vehicle drives away. Now, I did have a chance to speak with the owner of His name is Aki Jakupovic. He's the owner of Aki Auto Care in Astoria, Queens. Not only did his shop's security camera capture the incident, he saw it with his own eyes.
Stopped in the middle of the street. They just started working on the manhole.
Right here?
Right here, literally 10 feet in front of my place. They cracked open the cover, they went in, and they closed it right after, like they were never there. Who knows where they came out of, or are they living there, are they sleeping there? I have no idea, man. A lot of people, saw the videos, a lot of people reach out to me. I'm born and raised here in Astoria, so a lot of people know me here.
Right.
So they'll ask me what's going on. I said, dude, I don't know, I wish I could tell you, You got 3 people going in the sewer, very strange.
So construction is currently underway on a gas line right above the sewer where the incident in Queens took place. And the foreman explained to me that given what's beneath the street, he's baffled as to what people would be doing down there other than being up to no good.
In your opinion, like, what do you think was going on? What would they be doing down there? Like, what's down there?
Down there, it's just, we don't know if it's sewer water or rainwater from the catch basins. So we wouldn't know. Everybody's speculating with the World Cup coming up in July 4th, so...
I didn't even think about that. Yeah. You got the America 250 celebration, then you got the World Cup. Has this been going on?
Also, apparently Trump is going to be at the Knicks game, Game 3. So who knows?
So the NYC Department of Environmental Protection, as Edie put it earlier, has inspected the sewers in those locations and confirmed that no damage to any infrastructure has been found and no immediate safety hazards were found either. But residents in these areas expressed confusion and concern, and business owners have criticized the lack of official updates. No arrests have been made. NYPD is still on the hunt for the suspects. So for now, the investigation and the mystery continues. Back to you.
Go from New York to Brazil, Buenos Aires, and Antarctica without ever coming up to the surface for air. And you can do it all at way more than 1,000 miles an hour on magnetic levitation trains, otherwise called maglev. One thing he told me, he went from Virginia to Los Angeles in 45 minutes. Do the math, 3,000 miles an hour. Most people don't even believe that there's a tunnel network. There are hundreds of thousands of miles of tunnel systems. Did you hear that?
Thank you again for joining me for another banger here at the OG community. You know how we do. We bringing them back to back to back. Until the next video, peace and love.